Hello again, everyone. Saki here, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator 2. And when we last left off, we took care of the bandstand and the little mobility scooter. And today we have a little bit of a bigger job in Muckingham, the Nouveau house. Oh, you're here. Fantastic. This house has been a blight on the street for ages. Honestly, if he wasn't such a good lawyer, we'd sue him for lost valuation to our collective property. Not to mention the damage he's doing to Muckingham's chance of becoming Town of the Year. Barclay Street is front and center of the mayoral processional route, as I'm sure he's aware. Don't worry about getting evicted. We've checked all the local bylaws. It's perfectly legal for you to be here, so let's get washing. Yes, indeed. So standard attack pattern for this house, and we do have a big scaffold to get us onto the roof. All right, let's get up there and see what we're working with here. All right, so multiple little roundy bits. We can try our pizza pan to start. Just get this top edge and then work down from here. Let the water flow down, and we'll have to take this chunk by chunk, little bit by little bit. Those rounded edges might help us out, but it also might mess us up. Wait, Wishy, you know whose house you're cleaning, right? Well, I hope it's this one. Either way, I hope I'm getting paid. I mean, certainly it wouldn't be that one. If so, that's an easy job. It's like, hey, I'm done. Where's my money? All right, so that's the roof ridge taken care of. So let's attack from... See, let's get our extension on. See if we can get this roof ridge taken care of by itself. I think it's just this metal bit here. We can just go up and down the ridge, and then it might need something on the edges, on the far ends. We'll cross that ridge when we get there. Yeah, so it looks like, yeah, and right along the edge. Let's edge this up. Yeah, we got a lot of grody bits there that we can hit. And I think the other side will be the same. My hope and goal is that we don't need soap with our medium industrial washer. We can get away with just basic pressure. Oh, and that's a crap ton back there we have to get. All right, so roof ridge now done. So we can work on backside. And it is at a funny angle. And this is where we would let the water run down. Let's get all the way to that lip there, which we can hit, thankfully. And I think we can actually go back and forth here. Hope for some good tolerances, that we don't have to get every little speck. So that is a Dorner roof. So that doesn't count in our grand scheme of things when it comes to the actual roof. So we'll continue on the actual roof. Then we gotta get those stacks there. The chimneys. Let's see if we can get right along the edge and around the side. All right, not too bad, not too bad. We'll have to attack it from that base as well. Let's get the chimneys as we can, since we have this vantage point. And then we can get them from the front when we attack to get the last remaining bit. Yeah, right on the edge here. All right, so let's do that. Let's focus on getting this edge taken care of. We can get the chimneys as well. All right, that chimney's good. Oh, we didn't get the back side of that chimney, but we're fine there. Chimney base shouldn't be too difficult. Don't fall. Yeah, that's the kicker. Don't fall off this thing as we work. That's why we'll work from top down. So once we're down on the ground, we don't have to worry about falling anymore. All right, what's up with the chimney base? Yeah, right there in between. And then we'll get right along the edge, make sure that roof is taken care of. All right, yeah, this is the same roof. All right, so we'll attack this as well. And luckily, this edge won't be too difficult. Well, I say that, and the chimney tries to get in our way, but yeah, we're going to be fine here. Right along the edge. And then this might be, kind of from the feel of it, it might be split in half. So we've got this back half roof, and then the other side roof. If I had to make a guess. Judging by our progress. And then, of course, that might be on the sides as well. We would have to be on the ground floor and just get those sides as we can. Yeah, so that is the Dorner roof. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. Zivon Lesage, the legendary lawyer. Apparently, they were all set to take down the mayor years ago. But after being foiled by a dirty jury, he got so disillusioned that he went into seclusion and has been in there ever since. More lore dump as we're hosing along. Yeah, this should be the last little bit of the roof. And then we can work on the dorners on this side. Just sort of get the back side of the house and then work on the front roof section. Yeah, this should be okay. Just kind of looking at our progress and what we have left. We'll go right along the edge here. So not a whole lot left to get. I don't know if it would be beneficial to take the pizza pan to the roof, just to sort of get what we may have missed. Because it should not take much. We'll get right along this edge if we can. And then that's Dorner roof, so that don't count in the grand scheme of things, not yet. All right, so I think this side is fairly good. Yeah, that's Dorner roof. And like I said, it might be one of those things, yeah, because we kind of got the edge there. And that's the roof ridge. We might have to hit it from the sides. Let me go investigate this other side. See if we can get lucky. Nope. All right. Shoot. Ah. Almost, but not really. That's the side eaves. All right, so yeah, there's the roof. Got it. So it was just a little bit on the edge. All right, let's pick up where we left off on the front. So we got all of that. Let's work on the the dormer roof. I think green might be our way to go here. And so far, no soap required, which is always appreciated. And then we'll hit the top of the dormer roof as well. And then the dormer wall. And I imagine we're going to have to come at that from like the front. But we'll do what we can from the side here. All right. Yeah, nice smooth angles. Doesn't seem like it wants to throw us off. We only fell down once, which is an improvement. All right, so that's taken care of. Outstanding. And then, since we have the chimney complete, that should complete our work on this side of the roof. Like so. All right, cool. So I think that's done. Chimney's done. Dormer's done. Now we basically got to do that one more again. Get the edges if we can. We know those edges were really tricksy. And we'll go down to the first hump, since we know we have some footing there. Because it'll be nice not to need that scaffold anymore. All right, working on the dormer roof. Oh, wow, that's a completely different color. You get to see things how they should be from up here. And I'm not going to focus too much on the dormer for now. Our main concern is the top roof, and then we'll come down and fix those. And from this angle, I don't think we're leaving too much on the lip, but we'll have to come back and definitely look. Because even though we're kind of standing right on top of it, there'll be just about 1.5 inches or so that our water cannot see from here. Just peeling all of that away. Balcony roofs, okay. Wishy, do you think we should ask Xavion if it's okay to be here? I mean, yeah, if you have like a no-show order or something. My golden rule is never get on the bad side of good people. I'll reach out. I tell you what, if he says no, that it was illegal to be here, and I don't get paid for this, we're going to have some words. All right, so that part is done. Let's get right in the crack of the roof here. And I don't know if to lower the extension to hit this side, since we're pretty much... Yeah, let's lower the extension here and get nice and close. There we go. So any roof work will be taken care of there. And then just for good measure, want to make sure this roof is done in one fell swoop. Actually did a really good job on that separation there. All right, down we go. Yeah, getting all these leaves and crap off. A little bit there on the end. And then we'll come down and just seal the corner. Oh, little tricksy balcony. Got that. All right, so hopefully that's not roof. Then we'll come on over here and finish up. Get the same thing, work on the dormers and the balconies. And then that will be like the first big step complete. Right there in the crevice. All right, if I had to make a guess, it's going to be edge work now. Got to make sure all of our edges are set. Particularly, well, there's some. Particularly on the front edge and the sides. I thought I hit this, but it never hurts to hit it again. All right, I think we're good there. What in the gravy is that lava pit? Well, I guess it isn't lava. But still, kind of terrifying. But not as terrifying as not having. Boom. All right, so that is roof done. Yeah, we could pretty much get right in here with the balcony roof. Get all that crustiness off. Don't slip, don't fall. All right, let's edge it. Yeah, I don't know if we should come at it from the front, because that's definitely like a lip. So it's like, you know, if that counts as balcony roof, ah, crap, we won't see it until we're down on the ground looking up. And yeah, that's a little bit inconvenient to have to do that whole side. We might have to pick that up if we can. But that may be its place. Yep. Just get all of this grody crap off. Yeah, interesting designs. The bubble design definitely holds dirt. And then I don't know if balcony roof is just this section here, or is it continuing? I think it's just this section here. But like, yeah, that little lip right there. Like, really inconvenient. All right, we'll come this way. And yeah, we can just chomp through all of it here. Shoo. All right. Wish me luck. We're nearing the last edge of the roof. Is the tolerance small enough? It is not. So I bet that inside is going to count for balcony. So that's balcony wall. Balcony roof is probably like, yep, right in there. Yeah, we're going to have to come at it with the PowerWash from the street or the lower level. Put on our extension and just get right there in the crack. So our duty is to make sure that every bit of dirt is gone that we can reach from this top side. Because if that is indeed the case, Then once we blast the inside crack, we'll be good. Won't have to worry about a thing. Which I will do while we're thinking about it, so we don't have to come back to it later. Don't slide off. And there we go. So all of that is technically dormer roof as well. Yeah, we're going to have to come at that from a funny angle. All right, let's get to it. Now, I believe... Oh, that is a long shot. Maybe. All right, so we'll need a ladder to get up there. Ladder. Can we... All right. So, yeah, right there in the crevice. That should be balcony roof taken care of once we get in there. All right, cool. Balcony roof done. Do the same over here. And this is actually... Yeah, so dormer roof is here. We gotta very carefully, and probably come from the other side as well. Yeah, we are just like so close. Ladder! Get the inside of that roof here. Up. All right, and then come at this angle here. Very nice. I don't know if the pizza pan would apply this close. Maybe get things done. We'd have to see. All right, so front dormer roof. We got that. Probably, yeah, this side here. Can we yeet? Okay. Pop a squat. All right, dormer roof done. All right, so that is roof, dormer roof, tops. We'll have the front here. Now our next plan of attack. Let's get... Yeah, we can pick this up. We'll put it there. Extension. All right, so we can indeed, but we can't get that edge. So what we'll do, we'll red shot the eaves. And I'm not sure. Can that reach to the top? It cannot. So we'll need just a little bit of help to get up there. And I think the little step ladder would be enough for us to get that range. It's almost like they planned it like that. Which I'll take. Thankfully, we do have that extension. All right, easy does it. Hit those eaves. Or at least the front of the eaves. Oh, no you don't. Get those eaves. There you go. And then we'll make sure that every bit of the eaves have been hit. We might start with the other side as well. The eaves wrap around to the back corner. So we'll have to pay special attention to that. Just going extreme high pressure here to edge this out. Make sure each bit of the eaves are taken care of. All right, cool. I think we can go yellow. All right, so that's eaves done. Good deal. Yeah, so I think we can work on just the rest of this side. Yeah, so we'll have to really high pressure up top. And luckily it almost goes to a point. So we can get in there. What you want now? Xavier Lesage, it's an honor. We just want to make sure we're fine being here today. Yes, please. Well, I admit that when you first started working, I was tempted to open a window, holler Pearson versus Kinsey 1975 at you and get you escorted from the premises. But actually, I'm quite enjoying the ambiance. Hey, me too, man, me too. Nothing like getting a house back to its rightful state, eh? Cool. So that's the top done. Yeah, we'll get those eaves while we can. And I don't know if we need this ladder anymore. But until it becomes inconvenient, we'll just keep standing here. Yeah, we are going to have to soap that window. That window is not cooperating. So we'll get as much as we can out of it without the soap, and then blast the window ourselves. Lastly. And that's going to be a big glop of soap. A massive window. But this is kind of, you know, what we play PowerWash Sim for. Those long, kind of straight lines that you don't have to go back over your work. You just back and forth. As far as the house is concerned, 34% overall. Getting the roofs and whatnot. Now, I didn't look and see in the backyard if there were any furniture items we would need to pull out. Yeah, let's get our lines straighter here. Now that we're not on a ladder, we can kind of go back and forth. Not that fast. And then we'll soap that up. Get this side of the house completely done. And yeah, there's like a observation room, a sunroom on that side we have to do. Yeah, that's a lot of soap that needs to be applied to that window. And then we'll even use our turbo head. That almost looked like a design on the front of that. I thought there was like gold leaf on that side molding, but it was just an actual leaf. It's like a cheating strategy. If you want a gold leaf on your property, just take a leaf, spray paint it. Now you got gold leaf. All right, let's get into the crevice here. All right, so that counts as rear wall. So that is fine. We'll get right down to the base trim. All right, base trim is set. We will get the side molding. And then finish up this wall fairly quickly, leaving just the window and probably the window pane or the window railing, the metal bits. All right, so side base trim. Oh, it goes around to the front, do ya? All right, so side base trim is good. Side wall, probably right here. No, that's part front wall. Well, crap on a cracker. I wonder if that has to do with the window. Yeah, so part side wall. There we go. So side wall in there, so all that's left is side window. We did make some work out of it. Heh. Soap. Soft soap. All right, so now all the dirt should be attached. Let's get the... Where's the wiggler? I thought for sure we had the wiggler, but I guess not. Forgot what. It may have been on the very first power washing head that we got. We don't need no stinking wiggler. There we go. So side window and frame is set. Side wall is set. Oh, crap. All right, so let's get the step ladder. Hopefully we can attach it to the back, because I kind of want to start up there in this bedroom window here. All right, so we'll get right on the underside. We have our extensions, so that should work. So that's the dormer fascia. Okay, cool. I was going to say that kind of looked extra grody, like we might have needed to soap that. But luckily we didn't need to. I tell you, until you get this dirt off, it's hard to see the little edges. It's all together. Dirt Finder, our mutual cleanup of the county continues apace. How soon can you get to the recreation grounds? We have a rocket? Tell you what, call Jebediah Kerman. All right, yeah, so let's get the front face, then we'll get the post in the middle. And let's see, is this attached? So that's rear dormer wall. Okay, right there. Okay. So all of this is rear dormer wall and rear dormer ledge. Yeah, we have a ledge that we have to tackle. Have to be very careful here. So decent coverage there. I like that. Yeet! Saved it. All right, so all of that is dormer ledge. That's dormer wall. Yep, now we got to get in here. All right, so that's the window. Right there in the crock. And I don't know if this is a job for pizza pie. It'll just blast water like everywhere. We can kind of put it up in the corners. Let the big dog eat, as it were. All right, so it's not getting that. Extension off. There we go, cool. So rear dormer wall is taken care of. Ledge. I bet we have the underside. And yeah, this front here that we have to take care of. Just make sure that the entire ledge is good from the sides. And all of that counts as the ledge as well. And that's rear wall. We'll definitely have to make sure the rear wall is taken care of before we move down. little bit of overspray. But we don't have to worry about it because we're going to have to clean that part up anyway. All right, ledge done. Let's get in here. Jeez, this is tough. Coming at a back angle. Almost drawing there. Well, that worked. All right, so we'll make this nice and easy. We'll basically go straight up and down from here. And that will take care of rear wall. Oh, there's even some pattern work there. Something you don't even notice till you get it nice and clean. All right, got the top ledge there. All right, so that's taken care of. Now we just work on the wall. Yeah, popping out the extension, give ourselves some extra power from this range. Right along the edge there. And then once this side is manageable, so right there, that should be manageable from the ground. Now we'll go ahead and work on this part here. The roof cap. And everything on the wall here. All right, that's taken care of. Repeat sort of the same process. Get it to where it is manageable from the ground. Then we can work on this canopy that we're standing on, because that would be really awkward to handle. Extension hoe! Good deal. That's what I like to see. Very nice. Yeah, then we'll get the pizza pan out for what we're standing on. I think it'll do quick work. All right, so that should be manageable from the ground. All right, pizza pan, ahoy. Yeah, so we'll just kind of go on the edge here. Hit up everything we can. Now is that supposed to be like that? The conservatory final. Maybe brass just looks like that. So we'll just go right along the edge here. It's wigging out a little bit, but we're fine. It also helps that I can detect the manner in which you've cleaned the first 49% of my house, that you intend to do a thorough job. Well, I try. That's my goal. I certainly don't want to show up, do maybe $10 worth of the job and leave. That doesn't get me paid. All right, we're going to have to get in there, probably with the washer. Conservatory. Almost has reach. Oh, barely. Nope. So we can't get that. We'll have to power wash that. Excuse me, pizza pan. Do you understand what I'm trying to do here? Yeah, it kind of hugs. Oh, come on, ladder. Get over here then. All right, good deal. And then we'll have to make sure before we jump down that everything is awesome. All right, so that's all taken care of. That's taken care of. So roof cap is good. Roof. And then we can get the finial from the ground, I would say. All right, yeah. Feeling pretty good about that. All right, so let's continue on. Continuing on. And then we'll basically just work on one section at a time. Yeah, I imagine this panel is going to be interesting with its little crevices. And we haven't touched the actual conservatory yet. All right, got that. Right alongside, got that. Okay, so we can work on conservatory. So to prep for that, move the ladder. Crap. Let's move the ladder where we don't need it just yet. We'll put it on the front. Oh, we also had a lift? Well, we're doing things without it. Think we're fine. All right, we might need some soap action on these windows. Probably, definitely need some soap action on these windows. Can we go wider to a green? Not really. So yellow is our wheelhouse here for this stuck-on stuff. And we'll work on one edge at a time so we don't get confused. Can we hit that up? All right, cool, got that. And yeah, the eaves was done as well. All right, so conservatory panel. Let's just soap this whole panel here. See what's stuck on. So a little bit there and a lot there. Right, I think we're good here. Conservatory panel, 56% done. Do we pre-soap? Just sort of blast everything while we're here so that the grime comes off in one fell swoop. Since we know that's pretty stuck on glass. Kinda looks to be the way to do it. And then hopefully this goes fairly quick. Got conservatory there, got that dinged. And it looks like the sidewalk has some stuck-on stuff. And then once we get past this and the wall, we'll be done with the back side of the house. Then it's just the left side and the front. We'll get the front last. Corner. All right, so we got that. And we'll see what we can do without soap here. We might be okay. All right, extension off since we're here. It's kind of not as focused, which makes sense. You know, the extension focuses the beam. But I think we're getting the job done here. Right in the corner as we can. And looks like, yeah, the conservatory comes out just a little bit more here. So we got that set. All right, so that's all good. That's good. And it doesn't look like we'll have much pizza panning to do on the sidewalk this time around. It mainly looked to be just the house that was in trouble. All right, corner. All right, sidewall done. All right, extension. All right, so that's good. That's good. The cross plate is our next step. We have this lift here that we can get the eaves with. And if we can get close enough, nope, too far. If we can get close enough, we don't even need the red. So we'll just focus on the top here. Nice. We'll get the inside edges. Very cool. Edge that out. All right. Then we could just finish this up. Cool. Work our way down the side just like the last one. Make quick work. And then we'll have one window, as we did last time. Good to see that that dinged off. Let's actually use our edge just to make sure nothing was hidden in the seam. Yeah, this is where like a super blaster would come in. I don't know if Pizza Pan could reach from here. Kinda. We'd have to drive it, but I think we're good. Fix our mistake from the Pizza Pan. Oh, little bit difficult ride up there. Yeah, now we're back to the yellow. Now we can do some work. And then I think jumping allowed us to reach inside the window last time with the soap, so we don't have to worry about using the lift again. Kind of side spraying the front from here. Curious, several hairs from a British short hair have transferred from your person to my windowsill. It appears you still have possession of the mayor's cat. Oh, Ulysses. Please don't sue me. I don't have the money to be sued. We're trying to save up for a heavy-duty washer. Yeah, right in that crevice is going to be a little bit of our difficult work from the side wall. I can barely tell where this wall ends and the other wall begins, so I'll put a marker there just so I'm absolutely sure. There we go. It was an optical illusion. The dirt from the front was also colliding with the dirt from the sidewall, so I couldn't see where the edge of the house was. All right, cool. Got that as a border, a marker. Right along the edge. Yeah, we don't have much as far as pizza panning to do, just sort of the little sidewalk, which might not need the pizza pan at all, but it is pretty effective in doing it, so why not? All right, so is that the window and the window sill done without soap? Because that would be incredible. All right, sidewall done. That's what I like to see. And then if I remember right, this counted as well. There we go. All right, let's get this little... Oh, crap. All right, so now that we're on the front of the house, we have the volcano room and we have this little outcropping here. So let's get this little outcropping, get the dormer ledge taken care of, if we can. And then I think, like, the pizza pie could come over here and really wreck face. Just blast it. Hey. And not as effective. Yeah, we'll have to... Okay, let's grab this ladder. We'll have to work at it from here without our extension. All right, dormer wall good. We got the frame. And the window needs some attention. Soap her up. Oh, right down there. Cool. All right, so dormer frame. Grab that extension back. Because I think we're good now to hit the rest of this ledge. Oh, and it's got that funny work. Yes, it does. All right, so we'll have to get multiple angles and sides here. But the ledge is almost done, just a little bit. All right, so ledge is set. And I think the dormer... Yeah, wall and roof are set. All right, so do we work from top to bottom and get that canopy and then the walls? I think we do. So we'll go ahead and get balcony wall. Get everything out of this, and we know that the roof is good. Hopefully there's no stinking ledges, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And I think on top of that ledge is going to be an issue. And of course, this window is going to be an issue as well. Let's find, yeah, where the balcony wall ends, so that we can hit that up and get that taken care of first. All right, so that was that part done. Cool, those parts done. All right, so let's get under. Cool. That's what I like to see. And the cornice, done. And front wall will continue on from the bottom, yes? I mean, if we can get it from here, awesome. Yeah, we'll just have to peg it from the bottom. All right. This is going to be caked. Let's not even waste any time on it. Soap it up. There we go. Can we go wider? Yeah, Xavian, about that. The mayor's been demanding Ulysses back. Where do we stand? All right, balcony doors surround. Well, did you have an official transfer of guardianship? If not, then I'm afraid that he has a case. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, thanks. All right, let's get this inner edge. And then we'll come over the top. Yeet! Get what we can from here. We may have to move the ladder. So move over here, if you please, for now. All right. So I think now we can hit the rest on the outside. And this is a job for Pizza Pan. There we go. Yeah, this looked like a freaking bed of lava. Not a whole lot of room to turn around, but we'll make quick work of this. All right, so balcony floor is now good. We can work at it from the outside. Get this balcony taken care of, and I think our extension will be fine. We'll put you over there. All right, we'll start from the right. Okay, so we got that molding. And yeah, this will be the wall. So let's make sure the molding is good first. Then we can continue on with the front wall. Thank you. I was a little nervous about that. Thank you. Thank you. Whew. Coming by just at the tolerance. All right, so I think everything up there is good as far as balcony. Oh, nope. I saw, there we go. Balcony moldings. All right, cool. Can keep on keeping on what we were doing before. All right, side done. All right, we'll work from top here on this section. We'll get this part clean. Work from right to left. Got some molding there. Matter of fact, let's run the corner. Awesome. And then we'll run the corner. Get a nice border going. All right, continue on with our corners here. We have several corners. Cool. So now we have our borders set. Yep, right under there. Knew that was going to be a thing. And then the window might get our full soap attention. An interesting design on this wall here. Cool, that's taken care of, so that took care of the dirt underside there. How caked on are we at here on the window? Doesn't look like it's bad. That might be. All right, so the frame is good. Yeah, the window is really grody, so let's just make do. Hello, window. Where you grody at? Surely that was it. There we go. All right, so window frame. So we have the base. We can run the pizza pan on. All right, so then that leaves this section here. Oof. Put that there if you please. Definitely need our extensions. Oh, come on now, front cornice. Okay, I was going to say. Yeah, all the way down. Let's draw our border up to the front step. Yeah, just take care of that. That is hardly anything to write home about. All right, good. We're getting that crap off of this right side here. And if I had to make a guess, yeah, the front wall is kind of separate from that frame. So we'll work on that, get that taken care of. Outstanding. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit intricate. Getting up there. We might need to get the step ladder to take care of that. All right, so for now, yeah, let's take care of everything but that little wooden outcropping there. All right, cool. That's what I was nervous about. And I kind of wonder, since we were sort of coming at it from the bottom, if it was chipping it up better than it would be if we were coming at it from the side, if that kind of factors in or not. Because we're kind of pushing the dirt up and off instead of hitting it side to side. I don't know. That can be just daydreaming. All right, so we got that. Cool. Now it's just a matter of the entrance wall and all the crap that's attached to it. And then if I had to say so, yeah, we might need to get closer. I mean, it's the little round edges. The molding has mold. So entrance wall, I don't know where that ends and that begins. Oh crap. We got a lot in the dang corners. Yeah, so entrance wall is almost done. Oh, there we go. So that's entrance molding. All right, so we got them kind of off the top. I think that'll be close enough for government work. And then we can attack from better angles down here. Shoo. So glad that dinged. We'll go up to this column. Sort of do controlled. All right, so that got good. Right in the corner. So the window and the frame needs to be hit. Cool. Got that. So it's just the windows. We'll get right there in the edge. Cool, got that. Let's go around the wall. Right, so base is good. Now we're on frame and door. Let's basically block it out. Work from the outside in again. Kind of do what we did on the other side, mirror it, and hope for similar results. I know this is like high-class woodworking and styling, but it is terrible to clean. Just give me a flat wall, man. Okay, so that's good. Entrance wall still needs work, probably through here. All right, column was getting worked on in here. All right, so we got our entrance molding, entrance wall. All right, so we got that. So we got the frame and the window is definitely a soap situation. Hopefully this will take care of all of that. All right. Door handles, doors, windows. All right, so door frame, doors, handles. I think all that's left, yeah, 97%. We'll just do a steady lap with the pizza pan. Should not need much. This sidewalk was not grody. All right, as long as things keep dinging. All right, so we're there. That was all set. Conservatory base. All right, that's good. Oh, and it's a perfect width. This is so good. It's almost like they set 20 inches on purpose. Except for here. But what can you do? All right, that goes all the way up to the entrance steps. And we might have to finish off the steps themselves. Yeah, so let's just get the welcome mat and the landing. Oh, that is caked on. All right, no extension. Run the top. Run the bottom. All right, so that's entrance steps, entrance mat. Oh, the pillar. So there was, yeah, a little bit of dirt there. The entrance window. All right, so that's good. Okay, so this entrance window is grody. Did not know that. Oh, and this one too. All right, I thought we were done. Luckily, we didn't have much to do. So the front eaves. Okay. I think we get some high power in here. Right, front eaves are done. Conservatory frame and conservatory panel. So that's in the back. I thought we got the frame and panel. Oh, okay. We didn't soap this. Or if we did, I didn't do a very good job. So this is it. Conservatory frame. Right along here, maybe? So that's a frame. Oh, and this frame. I see it now. Yeah, that's terrible. What have we done? The soap was clinging on to it for dear life, and I wasn't looking at it. Yeah, so just a little touch-up in the back. Nothing major. We got it. Yeah, now I see it plain as day. This should be our last one. Booyah! $270. Conservatory done at $4,400. All right, job complete. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, started with the roof there. Went to the back. Made sure we could do most of it from the bottom once we got around. Yeah, what a difference that made in that balcony. I was rather hoping to employ the hilarious refrain, "You missed a bit," and back it up with photographic evidence, but you didn't, so I can't. Impressive. Xavion. All right, so $2,000, or 2,000 perk points, 4,450 total dollars. Only a $750 job, though. We'll take a look at our next job, because that looked pretty big. But our trophy should be back here. Yes, indeed, the Nouveau house. And we have, next time, the airship. It is a $900 job. All right, so it doesn't look too awful bad. Hopefully we'll have some ladders and whatnot to get up there, which I'm sure we will. But that is next on the docket. So like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you in the next PowerWash Simulator video. Take care.